Hello, Scrappy Peeps. Suzanna here today for the Scrap Room to share with you this multi-photo layout created with the 49th and Market Vicki Boutin Flower Emporium collection. So I have the pattern paper add-on as well as the embellishment add-on that I am working with. So I want that floral with the butterflies on the left-hand side on the craft to be the left-hand side of the page. And then I want this mixed media, this faux mixed media, to be on the right-hand side. And it's kind of like a skyy wash that I really love with the black and white photos that I have. And so I am actually going to turn the paper upside down so the writing is upside down because of where I cut it. I couldn't decide if I wanted the end of the mixed media, sort of, I'm going to call it like the cloudy look, to be on the right-hand side or on the left-hand side. And I thought I wanted it on the right, but then I liked it better on the left. So I want this right-hand side of the butterfly to overlap the mixed media because it ties the two pieces together despite the very obvious straight line down the edge there. So I am just fussy cutting part of the butterfly there. Maybe it's a moth. It looks like a butterfly so that it can overlap that little piece of space there. And note how I have a new X-Acto blade, a sharp blade, and I am moving, for the most part, I am moving the blade, but I'm also moving the paper so as to not get rough cuts and also to get a nice clean cut. Same with fussy cutting, you want to, when you have your scissors, you want to move the paper, you want to try your best to move the paper when you're using the X-Acto blade as well. So that is a perfect fit there. And so I want to, again, because this is the kit and I have a limited amount of this, I want to make it last as long as I can. So I'm going to just cut out part of the paper that I am not using so that I have a little bit extra to work with. We all love Vicki Boutin, right? I'm not a vintage gal, but I still love Vicki Boutin, and I love the pre-done mixed media, and just I love the genericness of most of her collections. The nature, it works so well for just about anything you want to scrapbook. So the black strip with the multicolor hearts up the top there is the selvage, and I want to use that and incorporate that into the page. I have 3 photos here that I converted to black and white. They are my son and Jasmine, one of our cats, and they're just 3 different poses of the same incident, and her looking away, him looking at her, and then him playing with her feet. And you don't need the color to see the emotion. In fact, I like the black and white. It brings out the emotion a little bit better. And so those multicolor hearts at the bottom of the page there are going to pull a little bit more color into the page. So I have this nice, great canvas up the top there to put a long title, to put my journaling, and just play with the embellishments. So with each collection, you're going to get a different variety of embellishments when you subscribe to the Scrap Room kits. And so I have a few chipboard pieces, I have a few of the die cut pieces, and I'm trying to stick with a fairly neutral color palette where I can just pop that big pink butterfly that ties into the left-hand side and then work with some of the blues that are in those strips down below, as well as those greens that are in the left-hand side. So that just sort of ties everything in together. So I have that chipboard piece that says amazing, and I like with chipboard to use liquid adhesive because I just find that I get a tighter bond that way. And I also find that with 49th and Market, a lot of the pattern paper is very heavy. Like, I want to say that it's 105 pound, I read somewhere, weight. And so again, much heavier than the 85 pounds that we normally work with. And so I feel that it needs a tighter bond, and that's why I like to use liquid adhesive with this. So this baker's twine is from my stash, and I'm just wrapping that around the ring there that says love this, love this, love this on repeat. Again, just to add a little bit of more color to the cluster, as well as to add some texture to the cluster. I really like the look of how that ties together with the blue ticket that I'm going to use at the top part of the page. And then you've got the blue hearts that are in the bottom right hand page part of the page, and that kind of creates a visual triangle. I do have 3 clusters. They're just distinct clusters instead of the same cluster, because you're going to have that amazing with the butterfly at the top right. It's going to come down to the middle left where the butterfly and that chipboard ring are, and then over to the bottom right where you see that I've got those 2 leaves there, as well as a chipboard phrase that I will put in. So just kind of shifting things around, trying to find balance in the cluster. I really like that white banner label in that top right cluster there, because there isn't a lot of white there, but there's a lot of white that's in the photo and then in that ring, and that, so that having that white just kind of creates a dark light contrast balance in that cluster at the top there. So for my title, which I will do off camera, I'm going to use some thickers that are from my collection. They're sort of a matte gold that says captured, and with those thickers, there's always like an asterisk or a plus sign. So I'm going to use 3 plus signs that I will build into those clusters that tie into the title. And then I will journal underneath that just about the cat and the boy being together, because Nicholas had come home for the weekend, and Jasmine is Nicholas's cat, but she, he's been gone long enough that 4 years he graduated. He just graduated from Virginia Tech. So she's missed him, but she also hissed at him. So that's going to wrap it up, my friends. This is my final layout for the scrap room. It has been an honor to design for Rochelle. So look forward to seeing the new design team. Enjoy the close-ups. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.